welcome to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur, Larry McCarren, along with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And Matt, these are tough times. What's job one this week?
Get back to business. Get back to our preparation. I thought, last week we had a great week of preparation. Thought the practices were energized, they were focused. I'm a big believer in process, and if your process is right, the results will come. Unfortunately, they haven't for us, but we got to keep grinding and potentially mix some things up to try to find that winning formula.
Matt, you do have some things to build on, like running the football for over 200 yards against the toughest rush defense in the National Football League. That is something to build on.
Yeah, I think so. I think our guys showed a lot of toughness, a lot of grit, and it wasn't just the running backs and the offensive line. It was our tight ends, it was our receivers, everybody doing their 111th, our quarterback getting us in and out of the correct looks. So that is a positive. Now we just need more consistency, and we got to be able to finish drives because this league is about scoring points.
How about the play of your young receivers against the Bills? Were you encouraged by that?
Yeah, Rome had a couple great catches in the game. Certainly the touchdown catch was a highlight reel type catch. I thought Samari did some nice things. Amari Rogers showed up. It was unfortunate that we lost Christian Watson so early in the game.
How about winning the turnover battle for the first time? Certainly a step in the right direction.
It is, but usually you win the turnover battle, you got a good chance of winning the game. Unfortunately, we put ourselves in way too big of a hole, and you can't do that against a great football team like the Buffalo Bills.
Matt, when you talk about finding some rhythm offensively, you had scoring drives, 12 plays for 80 yards, 8 for 72 yards, and 8 for 95 yards. Are you seeing some of that rhythm, some of that flow that you'd like to see?
I think so, but again, you still would like to have a good mixture between the run game and the pass game, and I still think our pass game isn't quite there. We got to shore some things up from a protection standpoint, especially early on in the game. I thought Buffalo did a nice job of collapsing our pocket. Like I said before, it's whatever the formula to produce points. That's what we're looking for.
How much are penalties getting in your way? You've had 17 for well over 100 yards over the past couple games. Are penalties getting in the way?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had an offensive pass interference that took 4 points off the board. We had the personal foul. You can't give a great offense like Buffalo free plays. We did that a couple times. So that's something that we're definitely very conscious of, and we're stressing to our players.
I'm sure you'd like to see more consistent tackling from your defense.
Absolutely, that's where it starts. And when you have unblocked players in the hole, you can't have a running back make you miss. You got to make sure you get that guy on the ground, whatever it takes to get him on the ground. And certainly Buffalo was able to have some big runs, whether it was a quarterback out of the pocket or the running back, running through our line of scrimmage.
For the second game in a row, that might be a new intercollegiate record. For the second game in a row, you have an offensive lineman go out, and it's decided minutes before kickoff or an hour before kickoff that player cannot go. How much of a problem is that?
It definitely causes a little angst, I would say, but things like that happen in our game, and they happen typically in game, and you don't even have a chance to prepare for it. You just got to adjust on the fly. So at least we were able to, gather our guys up, have a good plan for it. And we always have a contingency plan going into every game. So it's not a huge deal. The huge deal is losing a guy like Elton Jenkins, who's one of our best offensive linemen.
Allowing 24 points in the first half and just 3 in the second. What was the difference?
Turnovers. We were able to take the ball away twice, got them into some third downs. I thought our third down defense has been really solid throughout the course of the season. We just got to get our opponents into more third downs. Buffalo didn't have very many of them in the first half.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, Packer cornerback Rasul Douglas. Don't go away. You guys on the defensive side of the ball have a lot of passionate football players. They have a passion about it.
Definitely, the passion is good. I mean, this is what we do for a living. We love this job. We done did so much to get here, so it's only right that every once in a while you have to display that.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers, by Bellin Health, and by Johnsonville. Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Quick Trip and Guaranteed Fuel.
Rasul is one of the smartest guys I've ever played with. He reminds me a lot, in the deepest respect, of Charles Woodson. He has incredible ball skills.
Murray looks, throws right side of the end zone, intercepted by Rasul.
He has the competitive fire that Charles did. His ball hawking ability and his coverage skills, his understanding of concepts.
Stafford, tight pocket, left side is intercepted. Down the right sideline, Douglas to the house, high stepping, touchdown.
Rasul, this past summer during training camp, Aaron Rodgers compared your football intelligence to that of Charles Woodson.
First, that's just an honor to be in a conversation with the great Charles Woodson. And even OG always says, he says, the things that separate the great players are the ones who take risks, who got enough to just go make the play. And I credit that to like my instincts and just film study and watching. And I just always tell myself before the game, if I see a certain formation, no matter what, I'm going all in. I'm pushing all my chips in to make the play.
Quick swing pass on the left side of Darnell Mooney, and he is gobbled up by Rasul Douglas.
Rasul attacked with such violence.
Handoff, Brees Hall spinning up the middle, cut down. Beautiful play made by Rasul Douglas, knifing in.
One of the most impressive things I saw all night in Buffalo was when you sacked Josh Allen by yourself in the open field. 6'5", 237.
Yeah, no, he's,
What's it look like, a freight train coming at you?
yeah, he's a big guy. It was a couple of times where it was me and him, and I was like, sheesh, I'll find a way to get him down. He stepped up in the pocket and he just rolled out, so I chased him. I remember him trying to give me a pump fake, but I just kept going because I was watching on film all year. He's been getting guys with a pump fake, and they'll stop or he'll jump, and then he'll run right around them. So that was one of the coaching points this week, that if you pump fake, you just keep running.
Rasul, you also intercepted one of his passes. Looked like you guys were in zone. Did you, quote, read his eyes? How did that come about?
Yeah, just a feel. I kind of felt Gabe behind me running a dig, so I kind of just wanted to hold it off a little bit as long as I can. And then when he threw it, I kind of just bursted to the ball and got an interception.
Scrambles right, throws late over the middle. Intercepted! Intercepted by Green Bay. Douglas on the interception.
Rasul, at this point in time, at this juncture in the season, what's the best thing Rasul Douglas can do for this football team?
Just keep studying, keep being a voice, and just make plays wherever.
When things aren't quite right, you talk to the guys involved to make them right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a role that the team gives you, but now here, the kind of guys look to me just for advice or just knowing where to be at on the field. And I kind of make a few calls as well, so it's my job to kind of talk to the people on my side.
Rasul, you guys have a lot of, on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of passionate football players. They have a passion about it.
Definitely, a passion is good. I mean, this is what we do for a living. We love this job. We done did so much to get here, so it's only right that every once in a while you have to display that.
Welcome back. This week's Chalk Talk is brought to you by Network Health. At Network Health, we do what's right, even when it's not easy. It's who we are. Health insurance is what we do.
Out of the eye, handoff, Aaron Jones, big hole, exploding, breaking tackles along the left hash mark, inside the 20, 13-yard gash.
Coaches are always saying that details matter. Here's why. Check out David Bakhtiari. Before leaving on his blocking assignment, he gives a little head fake to the outside. And what he's doing is enticing number 90 to come upfield, so he's a better target for a pulling John Runyan. The little thing leads to big things. John Runyan gets his block. Josiah DeGuara, coming across the formation, gets his block. Bakhtiari, he crashes down to the inside and takes care of number 49. Now look at the seam for Aaron Jones, who doesn't need much of a seam. And as it turns out, it'll take about 4 Bills to bring him down. Downfield, Amari Rodgers and Zach Tom are getting the last shove in. Good looking play, and it all started with a detail. Different play, same concept. This time it's Mercedes Lewis with the head fake that draws the defender upfield, making him a good target for the pulling guard, who is Zach Tom on this particular play. And then the dominoes start falling. Mercedes gets a block. Yosh Nijman and Runyan are getting a double team. And then the final piece of the blocking puzzle, DeGuara coming across the formation. And now there's plenty of room for A.J. Dillon to pile drive. And when it comes to the AJs, they always get what is there and then some. Taking care of the details, that's how you rush for over 200 yards against the NFL's #1 rushing defense.
There was a lot of great things, that we were doing up front. I thought our guys were coming off the ball. I thought our backs were running hard. The wide receivers were blocking. I thought that was a good performance, but it's disappointing when it's not enough.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Network Health, by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers, and by Spectrum One. Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Fabic Cat, proud sponsor of the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame has announced 2 new members to be inducted next August. Leading off, Jordy Nelson.
Sets up plenty of time. Rainbows deep down the middle. Nelson, touchdown!
One of the most decorated wide receivers in franchise history, Jordy played 9 illustrious seasons in Green Bay. His fingerprints are all over the Packers record book as he finds himself top 6 in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdown receptions.
He's going all the way. 15, 10, 5, Jordy Nelson.
Following a knee injury in 2015, Jordy led the NFL in receiving touchdowns the following season and brought home Comeback Player of the Year honors, the only Packer to ever do so. Following him into the Hall of Fame, one of Jordy's longtime teammates.
Number 71, John Finley.
Another great Ted Thompson 4th-round selection on the offensive line. Josh Sitton racked up 112 career starts, not to mention 13 starts in the postseason. The 3-time Pro Bowler was well known for his tenaciousness and vocal leadership.
All out, protected, all day. Back 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, hey!
The Packers offense finished top 10 in points 7 times over Sitton's career. But the name of the game is winning, and that's all these 2 future Packers Hall of Famers did.
The title is back in town. The Green Bay Packers are world champions of football.
Coming up, the last word from the coach. Don't go away.
Today, the cadets get an opportunity to meet with the Green Bay Packers and hear where they've come from and what their stories are. And the same for the Packers to learn about our cadets, how they came to the Challenge Academy and what their goals are and aspirations after they graduate. So the Challenge Academy is a 22.5-week program in resident located at Fort McCoy, Wisconsin. It's for youth from ages from 16 to 18 years old who are at risk of graduating high school. It's a great program for them to get their high school education as well as learn character development type skills.
What brought me to the Challenge Academy is wanting a second chance to do things right in life. I wasn't doing very well in school, and here gave me a second opportunity.
I've improved tremendously. Like before, I wasn't respectful to my mom. I wasn't responding to her when she says something to me. Now it's like when somebody says something to me, it's always yes sir, no ma'am. I say it's been a very positive outcome of my life.
I got to tour and see how they live on the daily, where they get their exercise in, got to eat with them as well. Just hearing their stories, why they're here, why they chose to come here and make a change, and why they want to do better in their lives.
Seeing the Packers, it's like a dream come true. Like I never would have thought I would be this close, and actually eating lunch with Aaron Jones, it's like it's a big thing for me.
So something bad happened, but you take the good out of that, and you're here now, and you're making that change. So proud of you guys and continue to do that.
It's very amazing, and it's nice to see that they actually care about us and they care about what we got going on and how we try to make a change in our lives.
Anytime it's something positive like that, I get 100% behind it.
The Packers and Fleet Farm encourage fans to support our heroes during Salute to Service Month. Purchase a military-themed bandana at the Packers Pro Shop during November, and $5 goes to Patriot Canines of Wisconsin. The Last Word with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Construction Business Group and Wisconsin Operating Engineers. Welcome back. Time for the last word from the coach. And Matt, this week you have the Lions at Ford Field. And at Ford Field, they can score. They're averaging a little better than 35 points a game at home.
Yeah, no, they've got some playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I think Jared, when given time, is as good as anybody in this league. He throws the ball very decisively and with great accuracy. So it's going to be important that we move him around the pocket and not let him get comfortable. But going to Detroit has always been a great challenge for us. So I'm looking forward to our guys, their ability to get up early, bring that enthusiasm, bring that effort to an early kick. It's something that we've kind of struggled with this year.
Thank you, Matt. Beat those Lions, and thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.